Kyrie, Eleison down the road that I must travel. Kyrie, Eleison through the darkness of the night. Kyrie, Eleison where I'm going, will you follow? Kyrie, Eleison on a highway in the light. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why am I singing this Mr. song to you guys? It was really strange because I was, in the shower a few weeks ago, and the song just started playing in my spirit, and I'm like, okay, that's one of my jams. I love Mr. But I was led to look up the meaning of Kyrie eleison, and it means Lord have mercy in Greek. Okay. And so I would say maybe 4 days ago, give or take, the Lord brought me to Hosea chapter 2, verses 14 through 23. And this is how it's all going to tie together. So once again, Kyrie eleison means Lord have mercy. And in this chapter, Hosea and Gomer are married. But this relationship is a representation of God the Father and the children of Israel, okay? And how this ties into the Kyrie eleison lyrics are this. Kyrie eleison, down the road I must travel. Lord have mercy, down the road that I must travel. Gomer commits adultery against Hosea, her husband. And she's running after these other lovers, okay? Israel, the children of Israel decide they want to worship other pagan gods and idols and eat raisins and all of that. So they're already down a negative path, okay? Kyrie eleison through the darkness of the night. So this path that Gomer is going down is a dark path. She's committing adultery against her husband, the man that loves her. Okay, so she's ultimately becoming a slave to these other men, all right? And then the children of Israel, because of their worshiping of other gods and idols, the Lord strips them and sends them into the wilderness. He strips them of their other idols, their other gods, and sends them into the wilderness. Kyrie eleison, where I'm going, will you follow? You is representing God the Father. No matter how many times Gomer committed adultery and ran away from her husband, Hosea kept pursuing her. Hosea kept running after her. He eventually had to pay a price for her to get her back. And when it comes to the children of Israel, God the Father had mercy and grace, and his unwavering love towards Israel brought them into the wilderness. He followed them into the wilderness. God the Father wanted the children of Israel to only rely on him. He did not want the children of Israel relying on these pagan idols and these pagan gods. Nothing they could do would keep the Lord from loving them. Nobody could deliver the children of Israel out of the Lord's hand, because he has a covenant with the children of Israel, because Hosea had a covenant with Gomer. Nothing she did was going to stop him from loving her and keeping her as his wife. He could have killed her because of her actions, but he chose to take her on as his wife still. And lastly, Kyrie eleison on a highway in the light. So eventually, I think it's called the Valley of Achor, was hope for the children of Israel. God provided for them in that time. His unwavering mercy and devotion towards Israel gave them hope. And then they soon returned back to him and looked at God the Father as their God, as their betrothed one. Hosea was betrothed to Gomer. He brought her back home. So I'm saying all this to say Don't take God's mercy for granted. If you are a true believer in Christ, if you love God the Father, He is in covenant with you, but don't take His mercy for granted. We deserve all of the repercussions for going after other gods and other idols. But because of His covenant towards us and His compassion and forgiveness towards us, He will not stop pursuing us. So don't grieve God's heart by choosing otherwise. Okay? Take care. God bless.